Most people are familiar with the Archangel Michael and Gabriel. However, there are many more divine beings who hold that title. Perhaps one of the most potent of these angels is Metatron. His name might sound like something from a comic book, but Metatron is a figure in the Old Testament. He's also mentioned in many early Christian sources. Metatron is an archangel who guards the tree of life. According to tradition, Metatron is believed to be the prophet Enoch before he was raised to the status of a divine being after he arose to heaven. It is because of this status that Metatron is often thought as being at the top of the tree of life diagram in the Kabbalah. Perhaps the most famous symbol associated with Metatron is the one that bears his name. We are talking about the Metatron Cube. And if you are interested in sacred geometry, this is a symbol that acts as a metaphor for the known universe and how everything, no matter how seemingly small or insignificant, is actually connected. Watch this video to find out all there is to know about the Metatron Cube. If you're not sure what the term sacred geometry means, it simply refers to the study of shapes and mathematical formulas that appear in nature. For example, the hexagonal shapes of a honeycomb or the spiral on many snail shells were seen by philosophers as providing clues to the underlying structure of the world. An idea that wasn't exactly wrong, as early humans used these shapes to build classic structures like the Parthenon and the Great Pyramids, and modern humans saw that these circle shapes repeat all the way down to the molecular level in nature. That's the reason why certain shapes are regarded as unlocking the keys to understanding if you contemplate them and understand the meaning inherent in what they represent. One particular piece of sacred geometry are the platonic solids, which got their name from the ancient Greek philosopher Plato. These shapes, these are the 4-sided pyramid, the 6-sided cube, 8-sided octahedron, the 12-sided dodecahedron, and the 20-sided icosahedron, represent all the polygons that can be made with the same shape as all of their faces. The ancient Greeks associated these shapes with the 5 elements, that is, fire, earth, air, spirit, and water respectively. And it is this connection that made these shapes so useful as metaphors and symbols in explaining deeper truths about the world. If you're wondering what they have to do with the Metatron's cube, it's because the platonic solids are the building blocks of this symbol. The Metatron Cube is a symbol that's meant to represent the journey of energy throughout the universe and of balance within the universe. The cube is made up of all platonic solids, but it also has 13 circles in it that represent the 13 archangels, with Metatron's circle at the center. All of the circles are connected by straight lines, which represent the feminine and masculine as intimately tied together, showing that everything in the universe is attached to everything else. If you tug on one string, then that can reverberate through everything, sort of like the idea of the butterfly effects. The cube is also a representation of how energy flows throughout the universe. While the point of origin might be the tree of life that Metatron guards, or the throne of God depending on your interpretation, the energy moves through him and through other archangels out to the farthest point of all creation. According to tradition, Metatron created a cube out of his soul, which came to be known as the symbol named Metatron's Cube. The meaning of the cube has been a matter of debate for quite some time. This cube is a very unique two-dimensional geometric shape. Looking at it might be a little confusing at first, but it does follow a specific layout. The Metatron Cube comprises of 13 equally sized circles, each of which have a line that comes out from the center and extends to the centers of the other 12 circles. There are actually 6 circles on the interior part, placed in the pattern of a hexagon, all around a single circle placed in the center. There are also 6 small circles extending along those same radial lines. Since there are 13 circles in Metatron's cube, each of which have nodes or lines connecting to the other 12 circles, the symbol contains a total of 78 lines inside it. But that is not all you will notice about the symbol though. There are many different patterns inside it created by the lines of Metatron's cube. Specifically, the internal lines create orthographic projections of the first 3 platonic solids on this world. One of the platonic solids that can be seen when the interior lines are examined carefully is a double tetrahedron, also known as the stellated octahedron. You can also make out a distinct octahedron, as well as a cube inside another cube, which is known as a 3D image of a tesseract. Now going back to the 78 lines, there are tons of shapes that can be found, including many different flattened 2D shapes, mainly of the 5 platonic solids. Metatron's cube shares a peculiar resonance with something that is called the flower of life. In some ancient cultures, this flower of life, as well as Metatron's cube, are very sacred geometric symbols. Of course, the cube refers to the angel Metatron, an angel mentioned in extremely old religious and spiritual texts, such as the second book of Enoch and the book of the Palaces. According to both of these texts, Metatron is ranked second only to God. In terms of spiritual beings, Metatron was considered God's right-hand man. Some scholars have debated about the original purpose and the meaning of the cube, but there are some pretty good theories. One of these theories is that Metatron's cube is a way of God to pass on knowledge to human beings. The reasoning beyond this theory relates to the tree of life. Metatron's cube is believed to be originally derived from the tree of life. But according to early holy scriptures, humans were not around when there was the original tree of life. Therefore, in order for God to pass on knowledge to humans, specifically about the tree of life, it would be necessary for humans to study Metatron's cube. This is a channel of knowledge in a sense. Metatron's cube is also a holy glyph. In the olden days, it was used as a drawing to ward off demons and holy spirits and other unwanted guests. Now you know 13 is definitely a special number when you're talking about Metatron's cube. There's a reason why there are a total of 13 circles present in this cube. This is because they are representative of more important things other than themselves, and in fact, they can represent more than one thing. Some scholars have theorized that the 13 circles actually represent the 13 archangels. It is said that these archangels each hold a specific element of creation, and therefore, with God's love, expand these elements to give life to all. The angels are said to bring balance to the earth. It is also said that the 13 circles in Metatron's cube represent the 13 centers of energy in our human bodies. There are 13 energy centers of experience. These are believed to be manifested through Metatron's cube. Number 13 is also sacred because it represents the 13 sacred keys of creation. Each of the circles is representative of one of the divine laws of creation. According to one interpretation, these 13 keys hold the secrets to both evolution and divine spiritual enlightenment. The complex symbol of Metatron Cube has a lot of uses, and depending on your needs, you can find some aspect of it to fit into your life. One common thing that Metatron's Cube is used for is as a meditation aid. By following the pattern of energy, starting at the center, it allows you to follow the pattern as a guide. Looking through the complexity to find the simple shapes and to see the interplay between them can be very soothing. Additionally, it can help you unlock the issues you're dealing with in your life, finding the hidden meaning that lies just beneath the surface. For some people, Metatron's Cube operates as a kind of cleansing device. By imagining the symbol not as a stationary thing, but moving in a clockwise direction, it repulses and disperses negative energy while acting as a kind of battery for you to draw energy from. This centrifugal force, even if it's only in our mind, can allow you to shake off the negativity of a difficult day and move forward with positive energy flowing into and through you. In addition to being a guardian spirit, Metatron is also an angel of creation and inspiration. Whether you're an artist or just somebody who enjoys feeling inspired, keeping an image of Metatron's cube in your creative space is a good way to open it up to the energy of this archangel and the universe flow he represents. The cube can be particularly useful for those who need something to hang on to their walls above their work desk, as it will be the first thing they see when they glance up from their work and try to think of the next step to take. Finally, Metatron's cube is thought as a powerful symbol of protection against negative energy or even darker influences. Putting it on your window or your doors will keep out unwanted influences while allowing positive energy to flow into your home. You can wear it as a jewelry or get it tattooed to shield yourself from all negativity in the wider world and plug yourself into that flow of divine light. Check the links in the description for places where you can get merchandise inspired by Metatron's cube. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you check the next video about Archangel Metatron and find out why he's one of the most powerful archangels